Hey, what's good, everyone? This is Cape Talk episode 10. I'm Marrongelli. This is Phillip Martinez. And today we're going to be discussing The Flash and Arrow because new teasers just came out.
Yeah, for seasons 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
6. That's so crazy to me.
I can't, 6 is such a weird number.
Don't you remember, the first time you watched Arrow? Did you watch it on TV or did you watch it after?
No, on TV. I remember I was like, I love Green Arrow, so I was like, okay, let me see how this is, and the first episode caught me.
Yeah.
So.
See, I was late to the jump. I was like, once it hit the first 2 seasons hit Netflix, that's when I kind of caught on.
Okay.
Yeah, so shame on me for not seeing it from the beginning.
I mean, yeah, we're going to do, this is our 10th episode, like you said, so why not, what was our first episode?
The Flash and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think.
Right? I feel like it was. So, we're coming full circle in a way, because we're going to talk about Flash.
To celebrate, we have a new title sequence. Shout out to Rocco really quick, because that's pretty dope.
Yeah,
so now it's, more official, you know?
Yeah, let us know if you like the song, and, you know, credit will be given in the description of the music and everything. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we actually watched the Flash trailer teaser, I should say, yesterday. What was your first impression? Because we didn't really get to see much. Of course, it was, we're still a month out, so they're not trying to give away everything.
It was only 30 seconds, I think, maybe even less. My first impression was oh, he's back very soon. Which obviously he was coming back. We knew he was coming back, but I don't know. I always thought it would be great if they just kept him off the show for at least 3 episodes.
Right.
Because we saw what happened with the Flashpoint stuff, where they just went right back to normal after 1 episode or 2 episodes. I was like, they could explore so much, so many different things, and you could do that now with Barry gone. See what Iris is up to. You can see what Cisco's up to. Wally obviously is gonna be the new Flash.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's just even in the comics, there's a lot of periods of time where Barry's dead.
Yeah, Barry, he relatively recently just came back to life in the comic book, so he was gone for 20 years or whatever it was. So Wally was the Flash for so many people.
Yeah.
And we're only gonna get probably Wally for a couple episodes before Barry gets back. Yeah. Unless this is just giant tease and just hey, Barry's around, and then he won't actually show up for down the line.
I think he's going to show up at the big last of the first episode. But considering the backlash to the Flashpoint episode, you're right. Maybe they will hold off, do a little fan service, maybe hold off for a couple episodes. For some reason, I'm not feeling that's going to be the case.
I would love to give Wally some spotlight as the Flash.
I know. It's a shame because Keenan Lonsdale, I actually really enjoy his scenes, and we never get to see, an extended scene. His lines are always...
Or by himself. He's always with somebody.
Yeah.
I'm he could be by himself.
Right.
Why can't he just be by himself and fighting villains?
Right. Or not even I just want to know more about his background, his history, with Joe and his mother, and all that's really interesting. When he was getting the visions last season or the dreams when Savitar was tormenting him or whatever. That was a really interesting storyline that seemed to go nowhere.
Well, another interesting thing wasn't he going to college or something?
Yeah.
So what happened to that?
Some of the times where Barry was helping him with his project or whatever, those were cute story arcs.
Yeah, and he has his girlfriend, what's her name?
Jesse
Quick, yeah. So, them traveling in between dimensions is cool. Why can't they just do that?
I think that they are. Actually, when I talked to Keenan, a long time ago now, 6 months ago, that's what he was saying. He's well, long-distance relationship should make it interesting. I've never had a long-distance, between worlds.
We could explore that, too. He's trying to balance being the Flash now and going to college and...
Right.
Unless he, just dropped the college thing, which... there was no
well,
indication that he did.
Barry's been gone for 6 months, I think.
That's what they said?
Yeah, that's what they said when the series starts. Obviously, Grant Gustin has the beard in that teaser.
Yeah. You really think that's his beard?
I do. Yeah.
That's a good beard,
do you follow him on Instagram?
No. Should I be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta follow him. Yeah, give Grant Gustin a nice follow. He has cute pictures with his girlfriend mainly and his dogs. Do you like dogs?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yes. Who doesn't like dogs?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like cats, but that's a whole other thing.
But we didn't see Barry actually suit up in the teaser.
Okay, yeah.
We saw him running around. It looks like he is a lot faster.
Okay.
That's the one thing I noticed.
I kind of thought he would just have amnesia when he comes back. So he has his powers, but he doesn't know he was a Flash.
I could see that. Yeah.
That's why he doesn't want to suit up, or Maybe Wally's just doing a great job. And he's just like, yeah, you could do that. I'm just gonna be here, living my CSI life.
Wally taking lessons learned from all Barry's idiocy, idiot moves and failures. So.
Oh man, he's the greatest villain of this show.
See, that's what I'm wondering. Like, he's gonna come back with all this knowledge. Is he still gonna be a flaming idiot?
I think he'll just be like a. You know how like the Future Flash was in the last season, and like kind of uppity and like whiny and whatever. I feel like he will kind of be like.
That's your word for the Flash, whiny.
Whiny, that's what he is. He just whines all the damn time. Like, I have all this power, I don't know what to do. It's like, oh, I should go save my mother, even though I've been told for 2 seasons not to go mess with time. I was like, okay.
Damn it, Barry!
Damn it, Barry!
That's what I'm wondering. How long will it take for the internet to just start, making new Damn It Barry gifs and memes?
Episode 2, when he comes back.
Phil's calling it, you guys. Episode 2, Damn It Barry.
Maybe it'd be a Wally thing. It would be like, damn it, Barry, I mean Wally.
Yeah.
Oops, now I'm going to say Wally now. Damn it, Wally!
Oh, man. But, besides Barry being faster, I'm curious to see if they'll, how they can make him even more skilled hero than he already is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah, like we did like a Facebook Live of our reaction to the teaser trailer, and we're like, oh, you asked the question of like, do you think he'll get more powers, or can he do something else, something new? And I mean, it's hard to think of it on the spot. I mean, it's still a day or 2 later, still can't think about it, but... I
mean, I know that there's little, like you pointed out, I mean, he can do a lot if you have super speed.
I mean, you could do a ton of things. Right. You would think, right? In your mind, like, oh, if I'm so fast, I could phase through walls. Right. I could create like hurricane winds. Mm-hmm. It's like I could do a lot.
There's little intricacies that you
might not even think of. Right. Create lightning bolts and everything. To travel through time and dimensions. Yeah. Like, why can't we do something else? Who knows?
I would like to see him actually become like a skilled fighter.
Well, like not a martial artist, but...
Well, something, because it was actually funny, because when I was doing research on who actually we saw in the teaser, Baron, Katana, like the Samuroids or whatever, in the comics, he was fighting the Samuroids, and he was, like, using super speed punches to, like, combat his, like, this Samurai's, like, super speed sword skills.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of S words in that.
So, Samuroid, super steel, sword, supersonic. It's like, okay.
But, I think something like that, where it's like, so, I guess what I'm trying to say is, he needs to take some hand-to-hand combat training. Yeah, maybe apply that to the action sequences.
You could always use some of that. Just, get Ollie over to Central City and just be like, hey, you like teach me some hand-to-hand stuff?
I actually
some basic stuff.
Want to see Ollie shoot him with an arrow again.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that scene?
Yeah, when they're with the first crossover.
Yeah.
Why do you want to see that?
I just would like to see it. I don't know.
Okay.
Don't ask questions.
I just want to see it. I want to see Grant Gustin in pain.
Just
That's
like
all
we
want
wanted to see Misty Knight's arm chopped off.
Wait. Not we. You were so adamant about that. Why isn't her arm chopped off yet? I want that to be metal. It's like, okay, relax. So violent. Yeah, I mean, another part of the teaser that I noticed was like future Barry. Like there was like a quick scene of future Barry. That's probably like a flashback. I would think.
Which future Barry? Like you mean with his eyes lighting up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think that's future Barry?
How far in the future are we talking?
Oh, I don't know. You think that's the Barry that comes back and he just shaves? And he's just like, yeah, now I'm like kind of evil.
I kind of do actually. Well, okay, so this is a good segue into like fan theories.
Okay.
Like, people are thinking that this is not the real Barry that's actually here.
Who could it be?
Guess. I'll give you a guess. Guess who people are saying it is.
Oh, okay. Wait a second.
Yeah. You know.
Someone who's been on the show already, right?
I don't. You tell me, Phil.
What?
You tell me.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone that would make you upset if it actually happened.
Make me upset?
It would make you upset if this actually happened.
Oh, you got me stumped. Hold on. Oh. Oh.
It's
not Eobard Thawne.
Yeah!
Why would it be him?
Okay, well, I guess there's an arc where it's like the return of Barry Allen, where Barry comes out of the Speed Force after being dead, shows up on Wally's doorstep, kind of tricks everyone to believe it's him. Apparently, he, like, manifested him... A ball of energy or whatever, like, manifested himself. That's what he's telling people, that he manifested himself back into life.
How did he manifest himself back into life? Because I'm like thinking about, okay, first of all, you have to watch Legends to understand what happened to Eobard Thawne, and that he's dead, right?
Right. But then, how did Eobard Thawne survive when Barry apparently erased him from existence, and then he shows up on Legends? You know what I mean?
Well, no, okay. We gotta backtrack now. This might be a good video one day. Just like backtrack Eobard Thawne's deaths. Like, first of all, he was Harrison Wells, right?
Right.
Came back, Eddie killed himself, and he went, whatever, he's gone. Him creating flashpoints, tell me if I'm wrong, him going back to save his mother undid that,
right.
Changed the future.
Right.
So Eobard Thawne is still alive now, because now the future has played out differently.
Okay.
Right?
I follow, okay.
Okay, so now, right, so Eobard Thawne is back, and he captured him in Flashpoint, and then he let him go. Mm-hmm. Right? So they could get back to the normal time. Mm-hmm. And then that's when we get into Legends. Now Legends is he died again.
You mean from the Black Flash?
Yes, in that whole ending. So how can he have come back again? I mean, I'm sure they could figure that out. I don't know if I'd be happy with the explanation.
I mean, what if he becomes a Black Flash?
But they already have a Black Flash.
I don't know how that works. They didn't explain the Black Flash. Well, maybe different people become Black Flash. Like, how does a Black Flash die? Like. I
mean, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can't die.
People are also were hoping that Barry would become the Black Flash.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I like the Black Flash the way he is. Like, okay,
I don't like the way they did that.
You don't like it the way they did
that?
No,
it's such an amazing character with a lot of, like, I was very curious and intrigued when they introduced the character.
I don't. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, like I like the way they got rid of what's his name now? Zolomon, right? Hunter Zolomon, right?
Right. Yeah.
The bad guy of season 2. Yeah, bad guy of season 2.
Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom.
Yeah.
Like, he became the Black Flash. I liked how they did that. They made him Black Flash. I don't like they just made him, like, without any lines. Just like a bumbling, not bumbling, but, like, just a monster. Well, and it's just like, you should have lines. You should have a personality still. Like, that would be cool.
See, that's not what my problem with it was.
Okay, what's your problem with it?
It's just the Black Flash goes deep into kind of Flash mythology, and they kind of just made it at such like a surface level, which I understand why they did it, because when he appeared on Legends, I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. But to never see the Black Flash on Flash, that just kind of bothered me.
Well, there's no reason for him to be on Flash. There's no.
I wanted him to come after Barry.
For what? Oh, the future Barry.
For being
maybe.
a fucking idiot.
The future Barry, maybe.
Yeah.
But I guess because he's in that suit that. Savitar was in that suit. It kind of kept him from being pushed back into time or something. Anyway,
right. I don't think they'll bring the Reverse Flash back. I think it's just people really excited about the show, trying to early predict and kind of getting into comic book lore to kind of.
Well, they said didn't the producers say this season won't be about another speedster villain, right?
Yeah.
It'll just be the Thinker or whatever his name is.
Clifford DeVoe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I don't think there'll be an evil speedster. Unless Barry just becomes, not so nice anymore.
But here's the catch. That thing, no speedster villain, could be a little bit of a misleading statement. Because technically, if Eobard Thawne is this new Barry and is kind of hiding himself as Barry Allen, pretending to be Barry Allen, technically he wouldn't be a villain.
You think they won't find out for the whole season?
Maybe. I think if it plays out like it would in the comics, like people are talking about on Reddit. I'm just playing. I don't think this is true. You know what I mean?
Just playing devil's advocate.
But Wally would be suspicious. That would be Wally's arc. Wally'd be like, "Oh, this new Barry's not adding up." You know what I mean? Blah 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 blah. And then maybe halfway through mid-season break, it's the real Barry, the story of where the real Barry is, comes out. You know what I mean?
After the crossover.
This is. I don't know. That's a good point, because the marriage is supposed to happen in the crossover.
Oh yeah, between Iris and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe that's where it comes out. Maybe.
Ooh, that would be... I feel bad for Iris. And
that'd be messed up.
That would be so fucked up.
That would cause a lot of problems, I feel, on social media. And be like, what is this?
But,
I don't know.
The whole... Actually, it's funny you brought up Clifford DeVoe, because another theory about the villain situation is that since Clifford DeVoe has, like, mind control abilities, in the comics, the Baron Katana controls the samuroids. Like, someone is mind controlling these robots, samurais. People are thinking that that's actually Clifford DeVoe, and that's, you know, for the first half of the season or whatever, it's him behind these samuroids, like, sending them after Barry Allen.
Okay, before he's found out and they gotta deal with him. Like, I could see, like, because obviously Grant Gustin is actually there.
Right.
But it's not actually Barry Allen.
Right.
Like, it could be Eobard Thawne or someone else, I guess, who's in the Speed Force that we didn't know was in the Speed Force.
That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah. But they would have to, like, really explain that. But it would just be, like, I could see that and, like, it, like, being a subplot where it's, like, I don't think that's really him.
Right.
Like, maybe Wally's the one that's, like, coming out and be like, I don't think that's really him. And everyone's like, yeah, of course that's him. You're crazy, Wally.
Right.
And he's, like, the only one, and he has to, like, approach him and fight him or whatever.
Yeah, that would actually be
I would think that would be dope, and, like, it won't show up until the end, and maybe that carries over into season 5.
Right.
And then that's when the real Barry shows up. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Hire me, writers.
Yeah,
hire me.
Yeah.
Hire me for this show.
I don't think they're gonna do oh, he's really this. Like, they have literally done that every single fucking season. You know what
Every
I mean?
season is like, he's not really who he says he is.
Right.
Like Harrison Wells, then there was Zoom, and then there was Savitar.
Right. I think that they're going to do something else. Like, they have to do something else. This is season 4. You can't play games. You don't have it. People were already kind of pissed about last season. You can't fuck it up this season. Yeah. You can't do these patterns, these predictable patterns. That goes for Arrow as well, although Arrow, I think, last season was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think they righted the ship for sure. I think going away from speedsters as villains will help.
Yeah.
Because you can only do so much with speedsters. Like, okay, they run fast. This guy runs faster, and this guy runs faster.
They travel through time and fuck it up.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're traveling through time and to stop this from happening. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, we gotta do something else. He has so many different villains, and like, they're not all speedsters. Even though it makes sense to have a speedster villain, you gotta change it up a little bit. We've had that for 3 seasons now. I'm
excited for the Thinker. I think it should be interesting. I think it should be a challenge intellectually for Barry, which is what I actually enjoy about him the most.
Yeah.
You know, he's not just a hero; he's actually like a genius. So I really like that. But let me ask you something before I forget about this.
Okay.
How are they going to explain the Speed Force, and how do you think Barry gets out of the Speed Force?
Oh, the prison that he put himself in. Well, it depends. If that's really Barry, right? Maybe to let him out because there's like a threat that's gonna happen, right? They need him to. Okay, I just came up with a thought. Remember that in season 1 that newspaper thing that he like got disappeared or whatever?
Yep.
When is that?
What year is it? I thought it was 2024.
Okay.
Was it?
I don't remember.
I feel like it was because I feel like it was the same year that Barry traveled forward in time to, like when it says Barry's vanishes, he thought it was related to this Savitar person, so he traveled in time to 2024. I
don't recall, but I only bring it up because maybe we're getting close to that time. Maybe it's not 24. Maybe it's like 2019 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 2020 maybe, and it's just like. Maybe it's coming sooner than they expected.
Right.
Since Barry fucked it up anyway. And then, like, okay, we need you out of here so you can save. That's a good thought. Or whatever.
Because it's about time that does come full circle.
Because this is the 4th season, so I'm like, I feel like when we have to go back now and look it up.
I've written a story about this, and I just, like, it's so complicated.
I feel like, because it's always in the back of my mind every year. I'm like, oh man, they could lead this up. I feel like it's the 5th season where that happens. Yeah. For some reason. So
like Arrow, pretty much. Yeah.
So it's like, if we're in 2017, that was 4 years ago. 2013 was the premiere? Right? That 2018 maybe.
I think maybe it was 2014.
Okay.
But close enough.
Yeah, but I feel like that date in the paper is getting closer.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Maybe that's my thought. And that's if it's really Barry Allen, they released him without really telling him why, and something big is coming.
It's interesting that, though, because that newspaper frames him as a hero. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the last few seasons hasn't really ended with him doing anything heroic. So I'm wondering what happens in between. You know what I mean? Like, because the newspaper, it was like a battle. I think Green Arrow was there, the Atom was there, there was other heroes there as well.
Well, Iris is the one that wrote that, so she could paint it that way. Mm-hmm. To save
That's a good
the
point.
Shame or whatever.
Right.
You know, of the Flash.
Wait, well, if everyone was there, if the legends were there and everything, then...
Oh, you think that was
what about the crossover? Yeah.
I'm going to look it up, so just keep going.
Yeah. But, I mean, damn. That's a good thought. I mean, the only other person I'm interested in this season is Caitlin Snow. I'm wondering, you know, what's going to happen with her. Is she still going to be a part of the team? What's up with Tom Felton's character?
Oh, you're right. 2024.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Okay, so we're far off.
But like you were saying, I mean, times have changed so much. We don't really still know, like.
Yeah, because he changed it and he looked at the photo and it's like, Iris didn't write it anymore because she was dead. Mm-hmm. You know, so he's changed the time so much that maybe it comes sooner.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Because that would 2024 would put it in the 10th season.
Yeah, there's gonna be a time jump.
There has to be a time jump somewhere.
Yeah. Well, not a time jump, but time changed. Either one. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But you were saying, Caitlin Snow. That's right.
Oh, but also, you know what plays into that? Before I forget, is that message that the Legends sent the Flash from the year 2050, 2040, something.
What did they send them? Oh, don't trust yourself, or whatever.
And we still
wasn't that about Savitar?
Yeah, but we still don't know that exactly.
Well, the one that the Flash gave to the Legends was that for sure.
Right.
Don't trust anyone.
You think that was Savitar related?
I do.
But why would it be Barry from 56 or whatever?
Because that's where it happens. Remember, Flash went to the future, and he found himself like all lonely. And
that was 2024.
You sure? When Iris was dead already?
Mm-hmm. Because remember the version...
I mean, they never brought it back up, though.
The version of Barry in 2024 didn't have that scar. Future Barry in 2024 didn't have the scar all over his face.
The scar came when the fight with Savitar, the original Savitar. Mm-hmm. That's why they had the whole cycle of whatever.
Yeah.
Time travel.
You know what's crazy when you get this deep in a conversation about the Flash? There comes a point where actually nothing makes sense anymore.
No, you just gotta stop.
Yeah.
You're like, no, just okay, we gotta stop. It's just like, we're just going deeper and deeper.
All right. Oh, man.
Because I'm like, no, just don't think about it. I'm just gonna stick with my theory. If it's really Barry, which it probably is, I feel.
I think it is Barry.
I think they just released them early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Speed Horse Gods or whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Caitlin Snow. I mean, I guess it's the last thing we have to talk about for the Flash. I mean, what do you think?
Well, at the end of last season, she left, right?
Yeah. She was like, they handed her a serum and she declined.
Yeah, so she's gonna stick to being Killer Frost, which is good.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I think she'll show up once in a while.
Yeah.
I think we were like talking about like her being on like Legends or something. I think that would be like dope.
That would be dope.
That would be really cool. No pun intended. But
are you sure?
No, it was not intended, but I like it.
Yeah. I would like to see her and Heatwave interact.
Her and Captain Cold.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they'll resurrect Cold, but
that's Legends.
I can't believe he's coming back.
Yay, it's your boy.
Shut up. I just love Prison Break. I'm sorry. Oh, man.
But, yeah, well, I mean, we'll see where her... Because in the comics, Killer Frost in the comics was always a bad guy. But recently, because of the show, they've kind of turned her more into, like, an anti-hero. Mm-hmm. More of a, I'm just in it for myself. And not, like, outright evil. Mm-hmm. So, and, like, she's joining, like, the Suicide Squad and stuff like that to, like, help people. So... Or Justice League, I think it was.
Yeah.
Some iteration of the Justice League. So, yeah. So, she's not totally bad. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just what's weirding me about her arc though is what happened to Tom Felton's character. Like, is he still going to be a part of this next season? We don't really know anything about that. He's showed up to all the cons and has always been.
I feel like he said like he wasn't going to be in the season.
Yeah,
I feel like that came out already, which is a shame because I actually started like his character.
Same.
I kind of didn't like his romance with Caitlyn personally.
Yeah, it was a little odd.
It was a little forced, especially it was like one-sided. I feel it was just really one-sided. But I thought he was really good.
Yeah, so did I.
But whatever. Bring on someone else. I'm sure there's plenty of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering what, any base characters will be new or not. So, it should be interesting. Yeah. Joe's got his new girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was in the trailer, too. So, she'll be more... Maybe she'll be a recurring character, too.
I think so, yeah.
Aren't they getting married, too?
I thought they were. Yeah, something like that. Engaged.
Like, didn't they get engaged or something at the end of last season?
Moving in together, maybe? I don't know.
Into his house?
Yeah.
he has a nice house. So I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah.
I mean,
man. The Flash and their romance. Oh, God. But is Arrow worse, though, with romance? I don't know. Like, I feel like Arrow romance is a little bit more annoying.
I feel like the Flash romance is, like, more innocent.
Yeah.
Like, Arrow's just, like, we'll just sleep with anybody. And, like, that's what it is. I really do. It's just like, I'm just gonna sleep with like a billion people, especially early Arrow.
Oh wow, yeah.
I was sleeping with like everybody. I was just like, all right, whatever, you do you, I guess.
You gotta get that teen CW audience. Yeah. But all right, yeah. So Arrow, actually, the teaser, I think it just released last night or this morning.
The one you showed me this morning. Yeah. It's pretty plain.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing going on like the Flash one. It's just like more Deathstroke. I think like the ending is like William, his son. This is like, who's the bad guy? And he's like pointing at him.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I was
like
really?
Freaking
no,
kid
I
actors.
listened to it about 5 times because Stephen Amell like wasn't enunciating Batman, right? I thought he was saying Batman.
No.
I was listening to it back
There's
like
no
5
Batman
times
in this world.
I know, but I was like, oh
Yeah.
wait, really? Did he just say that? And I literally had to listen to it 3 times. I don't know what I was thinking, but
Well, you saw the story where it's like, oh, you know, everyone's getting upset because like we're not going to find out the fate of the people on the island for like episodes later.
Oh yeah, they're
Everything's
gonna
like
drag
flashbacks.
it out. Yeah. God fucking damn it.
Which is fine. That's a cool way to like really stretch it out because like you can't go out like that and come back and just be like everything's resolved. You know, like, oh my god, oh we're okay, don't worry about it on the walkie-talkie. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, like you want to keep that like drama there. Like I'm curious to see how they do it.
Well, I think that we're gonna generally know
who's alive.
I think that we won't necessarily. There'll be a couple ways they could do it. Is we won't know how the person survived. You know, we won't know the whereabouts of the person.
We definitely know Deathstroke's alive.
Deathstroke, we know
because they're gonna have a character arc with him and his son.
Right, which
that's easily he's alive.
Yeah.
Felicity's alive.
Maybe injured.
Maybe injured, sure, but she's definitely alive. The only one who's like I feel like is expendable was
Tia.
No, well maybe, but like William's mom.
Oh yeah, she's probably dead. Yeah.
And so now like, well, I guess I have a kid now.
Yeah. Dinah Drake's definitely alive.
Like literally, I saw the story you sent me. What was it? I felt like they said, okay, here are they all got bumped up to regulars, and literally Team Arrow, all of them got bumped up to regulars.
Oh yeah.
So like, okay, you're all alive.
Yeah, but they could be bumped up to regulars as flashback stories.
For the whole season though?
No, but I mean, maybe they're just doing that to just throw you off.
They're all alive. The only ones
I think
like
someone's going to be
Thea.
very injured. I think someone's going to be like...
I'm trying to think of like in the comic books if it makes sense for their characters. Like Mr. Terrific, no.
To be injured?
Yeah. Felicity is whatever is a new character. Thea's like a new character, so she could be whoever.
I think Thea's going to die. Or get really injured.
Thea's the only like high profile of those people.
Quentin could die.
He was on the island too?
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember that. He could die, yeah. I really think of like power rank. 5 people. 1 being the most likely 5 being the least likely
to die.
1 is William's mom.
Yeah.
Number 2? I
think
Quentin.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
3 is Thea. 4. I'm trying to think who else was on the island. I guess Felicity. That's not
who were the other evil people on there? Oh, Artemis.
Well, she wasn't really with them though.
No,
she wasn't with the group. She was on the island. Yeah.
It's the worst case scenario. Last time we saw her, she was locked in a cage.
True.
She's dead.
But whatever. No one. Would anyone really care?
I liked her.
Yeah, but she betrayed them, and she has like some. I don't know. She didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, you know
okay. Of the main Arrow people that were like trying to get off the, that actually Ali has a connection to.
I think Quentin or Thea is. I think Quentin would be most likely to die because he's, what did we really?
His character arc is done.
He came to terms with Laurel being evil, so he had like a resolution in the finale.
I really think he's the vigilante, though.
We're bringing up so many points right now that we're gonna have to.
Because we never really figured out who it was.
I know, and it's someone we know. And
I think it's him.
It's gotta be.
Because like he's like showing up with like bloody hands or whatever. He's like drunk all the time.
And oh my god. Okay, so like when Prometheus left his little thingy there in Quentin's house?
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't because he was Prometheus, it was because he's vigilante, and Prometheus was like, I know.
I'm telling you.
Yo, damn, yo.
So I don't think he's dead. Because we didn't figure that out. I think it'll just figure out after he's dead.
That's gonna be his perfect cover. To be vigilante. Everyone thinks he's fucking dead.
Yeah, but how are you gonna fake your death on an island like that? They don't get home.
MIA. They don't know where he is.
Okay, but how's he gonna get home?
Quentin. Maybe we don't know his. Maybe he has some friends. I don't know.
Okay, so William's mom number 1. You still think Quentin's number 2?
After this, I don't know.
Okay, Thea number 2.
I think Okay, so this is my thing for Thea. Either she's dead, and that's why Colton Haynes comes back to go to her funeral, or she's really injured, and Colton Haynes comes back to take care of her.
Oh, you think he's gonna stay?
Or she goes to live with him.
Yeah, in Bloodhaven, or wherever he went.
Or another option for Colton Haynes to return is that like someone on Team Arrow dies or whatever, or that he comes and substitutes, or when Oliver is off with Deathstroke, like going to search for his son or whatever, Colton Haynes comes and like runs the team.
That'd be cool.
That would be fucking awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so William's mom, which I forget her name, but then William's
Michelle
mom,
or something.
Thea. We'll keep Quentin at 3, just in case our vigilante theory.
That's a good theory.
Just in case it's not true. So that's 3. Number 4, I feel is Wild Dog, and number 5, I feel is who else is on the island?
It's Terrific.
I guess Terrific because it's not Deathstroke, and it's not gonna be the new Black Canary.
What if no one dies? Are you gonna be pissed?
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
I mean, me talking about you wanting Misty Knight's arm cut off. I'm like, no, I want someone to die in that
someone
explosion.
Needs to fucking die.
Someone needs to die.
Yeah.
Because then it'll just be like for naught. Like it's the whole thing. Like really, like no one died.
When was the last time there was a really like impactful death on Arrow? Besides
Katie Cassidy.
Yeah, but she didn't really,
What do you mean?
Like she did, but like not really.
She's dead.
I know.
What do you mean? Laurel's dead. The character is dead.
I mean, but like she didn't really die,
What do you mean she didn't really die?
She's all over the place.
Oh, Katie Cassidy, the actress, yes. The character's gone.
She's still, yeah,
the character's gone, though.
They basically didn't kill her because Katie Cassidy's
I mean...
the whole Black Siren bullshit, that's such bull.
And she's coming back, too, so... If you really want to go there, who has died?
I mean, I feel like it's Thea's time. I feel like the actress has been getting less.
I mean, I guess Sarah's dead.
Less
she
and
came back to life. Well, Thea died. She came back to life.
The mom, Deathstroke kills the mom.
Oh, that was way back in
That was
2.
brutal.
That was season 2, right?
That was the most brutal death I've
was like
seen.
the best scene in Arrow.
It might have been. Yeah.
And Tommy in season 1.
My God.
That's sad.
That scene was terrifying.
Which one?
The one where more.
Oh yeah.
It was
because I knew someone was dying. I didn't know who.
I was terrified. It was like it was in the forest. The lighting was.
He's like, no, you have to choose who's gonna die. Who's gonna die? And he just like stabs her. I was like, all right. And then she's like, okay, just take me. And I'm like, oh.
It's bad. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe they can't like kill Thea all the way, but
that would be brutal. Like, I just like everyone died. For
low key, I just want Thea to die so that Colton will come back and just be like Speedy.
No, you think he'd be Speedy though. He'd be Arsenal still.
I don't like that name.
Why not?
I don't really like it.
The Speedy's her thing though.
I know, but
well, you just say Arsenal. It's fine.
Arsenal. It's like you're talking about soccer.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you think that way. Not the American people are not thinking about soccer. Football. They're not thinking about football.
I don't know. I don't watch soccer.
Arsenal is like an arsenal of guns, you know.
I know, but he doesn't shoot guns.
I know. That's just his name in the comics, though.
I know. I don't know. I don't care for it. Sorry, person who created him. But yeah, so the death thing will be interesting, you know?
Yeah, I think only at least one is dead. It'll be a stretch if there's more than one person dying.
Yeah.
Like,
so you think it's just going to be the mom?
Yeah, I really
that'd be kind of a cop-out, though, don't you think?
No. Why would it be a cop-out?
It's just like, you went through all this, and now you're just going to kill the character that we know the least?
It makes the most sense.
I know.
You know? It doesn't have to... It's because it's, like, makes the most sense doesn't mean it's, like, unsatisfying.
Yeah.
You know? It makes sense because then that gives a new wrinkle into Oliver's whole thing because now he has a son.
Right, and I mean, I just read today that TV Line came up with a scoop and it was like, you know, they're really going to delve deep into how a son affects his political life, which should be an interesting concept.
Isn't he have, like, election again?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So, I mean, like, that's going to, like, his life, his political life, his personal life, his relationship with Felicity, and yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really going to, like, shape the season, I feel. And especially if Deathstroke is going for his son, he needs a son to, like, oh, yeah, you know, and then Deathstroke will be like, give him, like, father pointers or something.
So let's talk about Deathstroke.
Okay.
Because what I haven't heard a lot of people talking about is how Deathstroke's son, Joe Wilson, relates to that 2046 Legends crossover.
Okay.
So in that crossover, it was Grant Wilson.
Okay, I was going to say that. Was that Joe or no?
It was Grant.
Okay.
So that was a potential future. We don't know if that future is still intact, which I want to assume it is, since Deathstroke's out again.
Well, since Diggle has a son and a daughter now.
Right. So we're assuming that the future says right now that Star City's going to fall, Grant Wilson's going to lead the thing, the new Don Diggle's son Jr. will eventually become the Green Arrow. So what does Joe Wilson's existence have to do with this? Does Joe Wilson's existence mean that this future is not intact, or does it mean that Deathstroke actually just has another son?
I think he has multiple children from different people. Mm-hmm. Like, it's, I always get his children, whoever's Jericho.
The metahuman, yeah.
The metahuman is the brother of Rose Wilson.
Right.
And I know he has another son, and I just don't... Grant. Yeah. I guess that's Grant. And then Joe is Jericho?
Yep.
Okay, so that's... I think those are two different mothers, personally.
Yeah.
So he must have knocked someone else up. As simple as that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if Joe becomes Jericho, though.
It would be cool to have a metahuman. Like.
Ship him off to Teen Titans. It's true. He was on the Teen Titans.
Yeah,
just ship him off there.
Yeah.
He has an interesting power set, though.
He does. What is it again? Do you remember?
Yeah, he like possess people, I think it is.
That's right. And can't he not speak?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So think about that. Like, if they meet him and he's like mute,
yeah,
that's cool. Or like his his throat slit or something. He can't speak afterwards.
Right.
Some like nice little nod.
It's interesting because that would make Joe Wilson's godfather, that other guy that Deathstroke originally came to Leah and you with.
Yep.
What's his name? Do you remember?
Something Evergreen or something?
Yeah, that's it.
I forgot his name. Billy?
That's it, yeah.
Billy Evergreen? It's a weird name.
It's interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I was so stoked when they brought him back.
Oh my god,
I was so happy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the Twitter stuff, and he's like, what are you talking about? I'm not coming back. I was like, this freaking guy.
It's really funny because in an interview with... Collider did an amazing interview with Mark Guggenheim. Actually, you should check it out.
Okay.
Because it actually goes really in-depth about production, not necessarily, like, plot points. But one of the things he was talking about is he had to call up DC, obviously, to get Deathstroke back. And fan theories are so crazy. They're like, oh, well, like that's why like Deathstroke, like they had to rewrite the Batman or something because like they can't use Deathstroke. I'm like,
of course they can. They're using 2 Flashes.
Right. Yeah.
Like who cares?
I was like, you guys are no, like you're stretching.
Like I can understand if they want to use Deathstroke for the Titans TV show.
Right.
And they don't want 2 TV shows with Deathstroke on it. Mm-hmm. You can make that argument.
Right.
But like, yeah, no, that argument doesn't hold water to me.
Right. I'm mostly excited for the actual Deathstroke flashback sequences, I think.
Yeah, we always talk about like the flashbacks and like we still don't get Sarah's flashbacks.
We need Sarah.
Like the second she gets picked up by the League of Assassins until she shows back up, like we don't have any of that. Mm-hmm. Like why don't we get that?
That would be amazing. That would be really good.
You know, I was thinking, was Nissa on that island?
Yeah, she was.
Oh.
Well, both of them were. Nissa and Talia.
Yeah, they were fighting each other. Mm-hmm. But, like, Nissa, like... was she with them? Or did she, like, leave separately? I don't recall.
I think she was with them. That's a good thought.
Yeah. Maybe she dies. I don't know.
That would be sad.
That would be sad. Sarah has to find out.
Yeah. Aww.
In the crossover.
Yeah, I can't decide whether I think flashbacks, should they have ended flashbacks, or do you think it's a good thing they continued it because it's such an integral part of the show?
I'm glad they're going away from the island now. Mm-hmm. Like, if we get into other people's backstories, I'm okay with.
Right. I think they said some Wild Dog flashbacks as well.
Well, we got some already. Like, we found out his wife was like a druggie or something. Mm-hmm. And that's why he lost custody of his daughter. Right. So we got some of that, and why he's a hothead, pretty much. So we got some of that. We had some of the new Black Canary stuff where she was like with her partner, and they were like in the warehouse or whatever when the bomb went off. Yeah. And she had to see him die and stuff like that. So we got some of hers. Mr. Terrific, we haven't really gotten.
They don't really know much about him.
We got some of Felicity's already. Yeah. Diaz, not really.
We already pretty much know.
We know. I mean, we got some of her when he was gone. Right. What she was up to, I guess. Anyone else? No. Well, Deathstrokes would be good.
I'm wondering how Anatoly will come into play this season. Because I hated those... I hated... One of the things I didn't like about last season was the use of Kovar.
Oh, okay.
They should have made that a bigger thing.
Yeah, like into the future, in the present, you mean? Right. Like, maybe they... I think that was maybe the original plan. Yeah. And then they were like... Maybe it was too obvious, or maybe it was... I don't know, we gone back and forth about this because of... what was the villain's name?
Prometheus?
Yeah, what was the guy's name, though? Chase.
Chase.
Like, his father, who his father was. Right. And it was just like, oh, maybe it was Kovar. Maybe it was like he has some connection to the past.
That's yeah.
And it wasn't. He was just some dude on his list that he ended up killing. That. And I'm like, that was it. Yeah. That's literally it.
You're going to bring Dolph Lundgren back for that? Yeah. And you know what's interesting in that interview I was just talking about? He was like, oh, yeah, we only planned Dolph Lundgren for, like, 2 episodes. And then once we saw his performance, they had to keep writing him back in. Which explains why that was so fucking awkward the way they did it.
Yeah, like, he didn't show up until, like, episodes later. Oh, yeah, I didn't die. I'm like... How did you not die? Yeah. Like, you got your neck.
But it actually did contribute to the mystery of Prometheus, which is a positive, but at the same time, don't introduce fucking Dolph Lundgren and just leave the fucking arc there.
Because how they did it in the last 4 seasons where something in the past led to whatever's in the present. Right. Like, there was always a connection. Right. And this year, there wasn't really a connection.
We see his bones on the ground. That's as bad as it is.
Like literally, it explains how he got back on the island and his connection to the Russian mob. Right. But that's, like, it. Yeah. And I'm like... Something has to do with Chase. Like, if he was dealing with the Russian mob, that was the big villains, sure.
Well, also, another thing was, he had ties to Malcolm Merlin. Yeah. And I'm like...
Oh, yeah, you had a theory about it was, like, him the whole time. Or something. Right. Is he on the island, too?
Yeah, but, okay, so...
I think he left.
John Barrowman announced that he's done with the show, but then a report came out that the writers didn't realize that he would be interested in continuing to do Malcolm Merlin, so, like, now it's back up in the air.
Oh, okay.
Which you know how I feel about John Barrowman, so, like, I'm always down to have him. But it also was kind of the right time for him to die. Okay. And that's another reason why I think you might be right that Thea doesn't die, because you can't kill Malcolm Merlin and Thea. You can't do that.
Yeah, like, he sacrificed himself to save her. Yeah.
But with the Malcolm Merlin thing, Malcolm Merlin brought Kovar back to life.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, well, when Oliver killed Kovar at first... like, by burning him or whatever.
Okay.
And then Malcolm Merlyn, you see him come through. He had already done business with Kovar. Came through and was like, whatever, like, basically got him, like, burn skin back or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Regeneration or something. And you see him leave and Kovar's covered in a white thing and, like, blood is seeping through because, like, he just had surgery. So it's like, how do you go that deep into Arrow kind of past and then not continue that all? So I'm not buying. I think is there something more to that arc, or do you think it's just done?
I think it's done. I think it was just something to, like, get a connection.
Yeah.
To what he was dealing with. Like, because in that part of the season, that's when Malcolm Merlyn was, like, ready to enact his, like, earthquake machine.
Right. That's true.
So I was just bridging the gap.
Yeah, that's actually really true, yeah.
I just didn't like how it had nothing to do with Chase.
Yeah.
That just, like, upset me.
That upset me,
like,
too.
I'm just like...
Yeah.
And, like, again, if he was, like, fighting the Russian mob and there was, like, a Russian boss, crazy person, and, like, his connection to the Russian mob is the reason why this is happening, then yes, sure. But, like, Chase is there, there's, like, no connection. Or
some kind of connection to Talia al Ghul that could tie them together. Yeah. Yeah, it was odd.
It was just odd. I don't know. I didn't like that.
But... Yeah, we were mentioning Anatoly. We got off track a little bit, but he's apparently coming back as a part of a group of villains, and he's coming back with a vengeance, is what the description said.
Was that his friend? That was his friend,
Anatoly,
right?
yeah.
And then, like, they're not friends anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Because the whole, Oliver left the Bravba, like, I'm not going to get mad at you now, but, like, don't you forget that it will come back to get you. Like, Bravba's a brotherhood. Like, you can't just leave.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it has something to do with that. And then this new character, Richard Dragon, who's, like, a martial artist. Should be interesting how all that ties together.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing with the Brat was, like, they're in, like, on hard times, and since Anatoly's, like, the leader, like, they need him to, like, lead them, or they'll just kill him too.
Right.
And, like, they've been dealing drugs and stuff, and then, like, Arrow's is like, you can't just deal drugs in my city.
Right.
It's pretty much what their breakup was about.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's what it was, because, like, they're dealing drugs, and he's like, no, you can't deal drugs in my city.
Right.
But like, we need this, you're Brava. And he's like, no, I'm not Brava no more.
Yeah. What's interesting, though, is Richard Dragon in the comics has ties to The Question and Lady Shiva. So people have been asking for her for a long time.
I would love The Question on Arrow.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll be a great fit.
What about,
Lady Shiva?
Can you tell me about The Question?
Yeah, he's just a PI who's, like, doesn't really have powers. Like, he's just really, like, I guess paranoid.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it. Like, he just, like, finds connections and things that people don't see. So he's a really great mind. That's what it is. And he's like the first Vic Sage, I think his name is. It's very interesting, his what he does in the DCU. Like, you know, bring him on for this, like, help with this, you know. The second question was Renee Montoya, who was, like, a Gotham City police officer.
Right.
Who he took under her wing. His wing.
Right.
But that's really it. It's, like, not really much about The Question.
Yeah.
Because he's The Question. So it's just, like, some mysterious guy.
He's The Question.
You know, he wears a mask to, like, protect himself, like, has no face kind of thing. But I think that he's perfect for the Arrowverse, like, that street level.
Yeah.
Lady Shiva's, like, one of the badass
martial
artists in the whole DCU.
That's why I want it, you know. And Richard Dragon, they work together, I thought.
Lady Shiva? Yeah, probably did. There's like so many different, like, organizations,
right? And
I'm sure they're, like, part of it.
Yep, and that's where I was going to next. Is that Richard Dragon heads up a group of archers called the Longbow Hunters, and since they said a group of villains, a lot of people were thinking maybe that would be the one they would adapt.
They could.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's I never read it, but that's one of the story arcs that I've always wanted to read from Green Arrow. It's called the Longbow Hunters.
Yeah. Have you heard good things? Or
yeah, it's like one of, like, if you want to read about Green Arrow, these are one of the stories you need to read.
Good to know. I definitely.
Yeah, it's like that, Year One, and, like, some other stuff. I have Year One. That was good. But yeah, I'm interested to see that. You know, who they bring in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for Arrow this year.
Yay. I'm excited for both. You know?
I'm excited.
I'm nervous for The Flash.
What are you more excited for? I'm more excited for Arrow, which is, like, I haven't said that in a while.
I just always have a soft spot for Arrow. Just what it did to transform comic book TV.
Yeah.
I feel like the Flash and Arrow don't get a lot of credit for that. I think the Flash does. I don't think Arrow maybe does. So I'm really excited heading into the 6th season. It's a really big monument.
Mm-hmm. Like 6 seasons is a lot.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20-something episodes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of episodes.
And Guggenheim let it slip, which I didn't write a story about this, but I meant to, that like something about season 7 in his interview with Kleider. Like, so obviously he'd be thinking about that whether it gets renewed or not, but like, let's be honest, you know.
I feel like they already got word they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that. How can they do 6 and not 7? You know, once you get past the 5 mark, it's like you're either going to go a few more or you're not.
I feel like they're going to keep going, maybe to 10. I think they're going to try to get to 10, and then maybe reevaluate where they are.
Right. Yeah.
Because I would like to see it to 10.
Yeah.
I still want to see Stephen Amell with his crazy mustache, like they have in the comics, his Robin Hood beard. I want to see it. He wants to do it. He can do it. He can draw that out.
No.
You can grow it out.
Didn't he say he never wants that to happen ever?
Who, Stephen Amell?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure he said the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah. You're probably right. Let's be real.
He seems like the coolest dude. I'm like, I will do anything. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he goes on that long, he'll be like in that show, be like in his 30s already.
Yeah.
You know.
He's already in his.
No, in real life. In the show,
right.
I mean,
I
in the show, he'd be only. He's probably only. How old do you think he is in the show?
27, maybe? 26,
how old,
27?
How old was he on the island? He was young. They were in college, right?
I think so, yeah. So maybe 20.
5 years,
21.
24, 28. He's hitting into 30. Oh, didn't they just give him like a birthday? In the show?
Oh, they did!
Was he 30?
I don't think so.
You don't think he turned 30?
I think he was 20. I think we talked about this, on the first podcast ever.
Oh, man.
I think he might have been like 26 or 27. We were like, what the hell?
He was like almost a 4-year-old guy. So he's getting up to 30, put it that way. So, and if it hits the 10th season, he's already in mid-30s.
Right.
You grow that out.
But I have to say, on The Flash, I'm really excited about Vibe this season.
Okay.
I don't understand why they don't give him more fight scenes.
Because they like him being the science
No,
guy.
I want to see him throw some Sonic shit, alright? Like...
It'd be cool to see Flash, Vibe, and Killer Frost.
Yeah, like something.
Teaming up, that'd be cool.
God.
They don't need to do a crossover with everyone else. They could have their own little...
They need to show how powerful Vibe is. That's my problem.
But that's the whole thing. Like, they keep teasing it.
I know.
And, like, they don't want to show it all. But it makes sense, though, because the character's like, no, I don't want to do that.
That's true.
So it makes sense.
That is true. He has a lot of restraint, and that's part of Cisco's character.
Yeah, because he knows things can, like, he can, like, hurt people or whatever.
Yeah. I respect that.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Cisco. Like,
shout out to Cisco.
I hope that you give him more jokes this season, which they said it's going to be a lighter season, which is I'm looking forward to as well.
Yeah. Is he going to have more romances? Is
Cisco?
Golden Glider
Gypsy is coming back in episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know episode 2. Look at that.
Yeah. That interview, it's a very good interview. You should watch it. You should watch it.
Yeah, send it to me.
I know. Yeah, it's really long.
Where's Golden Glider? She dead?
What's up?
Golden Glider. Captain Cole's sister.
How did you think of her?
Because remember they had a thing with Cisco.
Oh, well, did they really have a thing?
Yeah, like they kissed and everything.
Oh, really? I thought it was just for like fake.
No, it wasn't for fake. They're just like, yeah, I'm just a villain though. You're a hero, so we can't really be together. That's how it is. That's what they said.
Cisco falling for the bad girls.
Yeah, Gypsy too.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Gypsy's not like necessarily bad, right?
Well, they thought she was bad at first.
Yeah. You know what? Oh, wait. What show is Elongated Man coming in?
Oh, I don't know. Was that Legends?
Was it?
Oh, was it Flash?
I think it might be Flash.
That'd be cool.
I think it is. I think it's Flash.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I hope he has his wife.
Yeah.
They always get together.
I'm wondering how that'll fit in. Maybe it's like a weekly thing. I don't know.
Maybe he'll replace Felton.
That'd be cool.
As like the science guy since he leaves.
That's true. He's a science guy.
And now he's a new CSI guy.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
See, I wrote this.
Oh man. Yeah, well, did we cover everything?
I think so.
I think we pretty much covered like a lot.
Yeah, we're getting down there. We're like a little less than a month away till they both premiere, and I'm pretty psyched.
Well, Heroes and Villains is this weekend, so we might get some more Arrow news.
We'll get more.
I know Stephen Amell tends to talk really openly at Heroes and Villains compared to other conventions.
Oh, he's gonna be there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Where is it?
It's in New Jersey.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be there. Yeah, all the other Arrow people are.
Well, I know like some of the other ones go up, but Stephen Amell, I feel like his schedule is like so crazy.
I feel like he does Heroes and Villains there though. Yeah, which I emailed them last minute. I was like, I totally forgot to press apply. Like, if you guys want to let me come.
Yeah, so I'll go down there.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad of a ride there.
That's this weekend, right?
Yeah. Okay. But.
I mean, we'll see. They're not going to be at New York Comic Con.
I know, yeah.
Because it'll premiere by then.
No, it won't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like early. The 10th,
no, its premiere is always the week after Comic Con.
Comic Con's later this year.
No, Comic Con's the 5th through the 8th.
It's early this year? Mm-hmm. I thought it was like the 17th or something.
I know this because I thought I got invited to a wedding and it was October 14th, and I was like, my mom called me.
I always know Comic Con is like around the 10th because that's when my niece's birthday is. And there's always, like, something I have to, like, leave Comic-Con early or something.
Yeah.
I think you're right. But so what? Premiere's right after?
Yep. Yeah. Okay. It's going to be a busy week.
Okay. Yeah. I think you work for it.
No, it definitely is, because I have it on my desk. I have, like, a list of all the shit. I'm like, yeah.
I got to look at the panels list. They're as closer than we expected then.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was my reaction, too. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
But anyway.
But anyhow, all right, guys. Well, that's it. Make sure to, if you have any questions for us, drop us in the comments. And we actually have a new Twitter account. Yeah.
Oh yes, at Cape Talk Podcast, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll link that in the description too. Yeah. So go give us a follow. We're gonna start. That's brand spanking new. So we'll start tweeting out from there. Right after this.
Yep.
So 10 episodes. Here's to 10 more.
10. See you guys later.